Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show. Special guest today is Heath Ridenour, head football coach at Cleveland High School, and also the state champions just won this last weekend. And Heath, thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me, Steve. I enjoy it.
You know, we didn't get to talk much last year because, or this year, before we talk about the accolades of this team here, I mean, what a team you had coming into the COVID, and talk about the hurdles you had to get through that season.
Man, that team we had that didn't get to play through the COVID season, we had that small abbreviated season or whatever. That team was the best football team we've had at Cleveland High School. You know,
and that's saying a lot.
For me to say that, I don't like to pick favorites. I don't like to do that stuff because each team is special. But that group was different. That group was really different. We had a lot of talent, had a lot of buy-in, and we had more college players leave off of that team than we have off of any other team. And our whole goal, we wanted to stay busy, stay working, because we knew the capability that we had. When they finally gave us the green light to play, our whole motto going forward was leave no doubt. We're going to have a very short season, but we want to leave no doubt we're the best football team in the state of New Mexico.
Well, I think you made that pretty easy when we went through the season. But
I think so.
You know, I want to thank you, and I know that season wouldn't have happened without the administration of Rancho. I mean, they put a lot of effort into talking with the state and putting. I mean, y'all was the first one to get the teachers all vaccinated. Y'all were on top of everything. It's great when you work for an administration that has that backing for you.
When you got the kids in mind, the decisions are easy. It's black and white. It's right and wrong when you're thinking about kids. And I think that's what our administration does. They know what's best for kids. They know what's best for the athletics, the academics, all things involved. And when you think like that, decisions are simple. They really are.
You know, and I was thinking, basketball season starts today. And of course, that's probably my biggest where I probably put more energy and time being at the games and stuff. But I just thought this morning, I was thinking, it was just like 3 or 4 months ago that everybody was competing, and so. I was thinking, because most of the time when the season starts, it's you got, you're not real sure, who's. They've been nonstop, and then same with football. You just been nonstop. You just went right from the spring right into your summer
and going again. Absolutely.
So a lot, and the point I'm making with that is, I'm looking at, and I talked with Brandon Beck, and I talked with even Bruce Carver about domination of the score. Okay, and it's not only your team, but also Rio Rancho. I was looking at the scores, and they're all in the 40s, they're in the 50s, they're in one game 70s or whatever. But I mean, I never seen two teams. And you correct me if I'm wrong. I've never seen two teams dominate the sport like of opposing teams in the state of New Mexico. I mean, you have to go way back into the,
sometimes you'll get one team each year that does that kind of stuff.
Two teams in one town.
Two teams in one town to play the way we did, to put up the scores we did, and just truly dominate the game. It made it exciting for everybody around because the build up to the first time we played, but it says a lot about the city of Rio Rancho, the quality of the football that's being played in the
rivalry.
City. The rivalry is awesome.
You've been in Lovington, you've been at Hobbs Clovis.
Yeah.
I'm just saying this rivalry right there. I mean, sold out crowd the first game you guys played in.
It's growing. I mean, success breeds success. And the more success one has, the other one wants it, and it goes back and forth, and the competition level rises. And I think our competition against one another kind of is helping us to take that step above the rest of the state, probably.
When you think of your teams, and let's just go back a little bit, back to your last year's season. I mean, you said it, college athletes. It's always great to have college athletes, but and I think the biggest thing is the chemistry they had for your team. I mean, we played some golf together, and you were excited to go to practice. You really didn't have. These guys came to work and they wanted to get better.
Yeah, when they buy into your program and they buy into each other, that's when it's fun. I mean, you've had talented players. We've all had talented players that are going to college, and sometimes that takes precedence over their senior year or whatever. They don't want to get hurt. They want to go do their thing. But I mean, we got Trey Watson goes to Fresno State and plays this year. You got Luke Weissong that goes to UNM and kind of the face of the program. Right. I mean, everybody loves the guy. You got Jeff Davison down in New Mexico State. You got Jalen Washington down in New Mexico State. Trey Ortega at University of San Diego, and we have 3 or 4 D2 guys out there. But they were all bought into what we were doing. They were all bought into our team and our program and that season that we had. And when you have that, it's fun. You want to go to work. You want to be with those guys. You want to compete. So those guys will forever hold a special place in my heart for the way they bought into our program.
So with that being said, you lost a lot of quality players. Yeah. So when they graduated last game, great game playing in the whatever you call that, the bowl game.
Yep. And biggest game they had to offer.
Hey, speak about the playing at the University of New Mexico.
It was a great experience. I loved the experience. Our kids liked it. It was something that was planned from the beginning that, hey, if you're one of the top 2, you're going to play at UNM. So it was set in stone. We were excited for the opportunity to go do that. And it was fun. I really enjoyed it.
Well, I was there, and the previous day I was there, and I was watching just the excitement of the kids.
Yep.
I'm a big pregame guy, just like you are.
Yep.
You're pregame. You're from an announcer. Just sort of when I actually enjoy pregame, but I've told you that I enjoy pregame football more than any sport in the world. Just to watch how the coaches, how they get prepared, how you run your drills, what you run your schemes,
yep.
and it's, to me, it's probably one of the better part of the whole game is just to see. And I love, Brad. I watched Bradley when he watched his pre-games and just had all of his players. They were in perfect line. Everything was just
right.
Everything down scripted down to the T of what they were doing, ready to go play the ball game.
So pregame for us it's never been something we spend a ton of time on. I got great coaches. I let our coaches do their thing. They have their certain amount of time where they get to warm up. My whole deal during pregame is I evaluate body language. Are you ready to play? And I don't care what you have to say to me. I want to see what your body's saying. I want to see what your actions are. So I'm constantly buzzing around the field. I don't really have a position group I deal with during pregame, but it's about getting your mind right, getting your body right, and show me with your body language you're ready to play.
Tell you what, we're going to go to the Dream Style Top 10 Plays of the Week, come back and talk more about Cleveland.
Perfect.
And Stephen West is going to win this one very handily. What a dominating performance from Stephen West. And that is Ellery Battle, your 2021 5A Girls NMAA State Cross Country Champion.
Smith trying to get to it. Here's Michael Wan. And they're trying to get a counterattack for Hashigan. Hashigan, she's going to have the shot in the goal. Sandia Prep, Hashigan.
Second and 18 now at the Bernalillo 32-yard line. Rivera back to pass. Rose goes right under pressure. Throwing across his body to Garris. Garris breaks one tackle. Garris could be in the end zone, and he is. Touchdown, Vernon. Touchdown, Academy. 32.
Long shot for goal. And we're all tied up. It's Christian Contreras with the goal.
All right, Gerardo drops back, a little bit of pressure. He goes deep to Valdez right away. Caught it, walks the sideline, and it's going to be a touchdown. Oh, nastiness.
I mean, how is this not prevent?
Your entire secondary should be back.
There he is again, under pressure. Looking at the corner of the end zone. It's a pylon, and no signal yet.
That's a touchdown.
It's got to be, right? No signal.
Give him the touchdown.
The people's champ with a catch. Touchdown! Touchdown!
Like that, something's going to go in. A header by Wagner. Wagner, the left-footed shot, and he will score another. How did that happen?
Wow, he made a nice little flick past the guy and then basically just took a quick step, muscled his way in there, and on his lesser used foot, tucks it away with the left.
Third and 17. Giannis the play fake, trying to go around left hand's got some room. And a blocker in front, down the left side. Giannis might break it for the touchdown. I don't think anyone's going to catch Giannis. Touchdown. 52-yard touchdown run by David Giannis.
And Nevin Sapatka can't find his spot. It's Sanchit Singh that he's trying to find. Singh will lift it up for Sapatka. Last chance. Does he get it? Yes, he does. Nevin Sapatka finishes the game. The shirt comes off, and the Chargers back-to-back champions as they beat Lovington in overtime again. Wagner, flags stay down. Wagner, he's going to cut some room, and he's going to seal it. A 4-goal game, Alex Wagner.
2 months, 2.5 months. Hey, welcome back to Steve Davis Show. We got Heath Ridenour, head football coach at Cleveland High School, and also the 2021 state champions in 6A football. Heath, I tell you, lose a lot of players, in that spring, again, but it was that was kind of like a pre warm up for this year. I got a lot of chance and opportunity to give some experience to some guys that came through for you.
We went through COVID and we sat there and sat on our couches wanting to get with our kids, and I said, just be patient. I said, we're going to pay the piper at some point. Eventually we're going to go to work, and we're going to be working for months on end because it's going to push us right into the next season. So it was great to have those 4 or 5 weeks there in the springtime to play, and we really let our seniors do their thing and play during that time, but it also got our underclassmen ready. And we got rid of those seniors. They went on their way, and we had our first practice in June out on the grass at Cleveland, and we're looking around thinking, we're not going to win a game. We're not going to be very good, and just we had to get back into our process. And once we got back into our process and those kids bought into what we're doing, I'm a believer in our process. I truly am. I think the proof is in the pudding, And those guys came along, and we developed, and we got better and better as the year went on. And I can honestly say I think we peaked at the right time. I think we peaked our last game of the year. We played our best football game on November 27th.
Start of the season, your expectations is always to win the district. You don't get ahead of yourself. I know you're very humble and everything. Hey, you take one game at a time and let it go. But tough game against. You were tested early in the season against, I think it was Franklin.
El Paso Franklin, really good football team. We jumped out on them 21-0. Then we had a 2.5-hour lightning delay and just came out flat after that. Ended up winning the football game 35-32, but they're a very talented football team.
And, things started rolling. We and I discussed that in that first segment a little bit about, just dominating teams. It just seemed like all of a sudden, and then also, and I'm sure you're looking over your shoulder right across the deal. Here's Rio Rancho, they're dominating teams. It's really at the talk of the town, talk of the state. The whole thing was Rio Rancho Cleveland finals, big game, the last game of the year. But I tell you what, you ran across the Volcano Vista team.
Volcano Vista scared me going into them. Just the way they play defense, that little 3-3 stack they had. Two of Coach Wallen's sons played for him. Good football players, really good football players. And going into that game, I told our coaches, I said, they got a chance to give us problems on offense, and then defensively, that Valdez kid can just flat run. So we're going to be in trouble. They throw a touchdown the first play of the game. They jump up on us 20-0. We can't move the football, and had
which
to
was unusual. Usually, you have it was at Wilson. Excuse me, the community stadium. It was at a community stadium, and I could just see you were. It's like a chess match. Nothing was really your game plan at that point was not working.
Exactly, and it's adversity.
And that's great for Coach Wallen and what Volcano Vista was doing. They were well prepared and
had a good game plan.
You had a target on your back, and they came in and
yeah, we did. We feel like we play with a target on our back pretty much all season long. We feel that way, and that's good. We want that. And when that adversity struck, we talk about adversity all the time. We put adversity in front of our kids every day during our workouts in the weight room. We try to create a very tough environment, and they get a chance to react or respond. I think there's a difference between reacting and responding. We want to take those couple seconds and respond versus a split-second reaction. Reactions don't always go your way. So we talk about responding. We went into halftime and we talked what we were doing wrong, what we were doing right, the adjustments we could make. We had to wake a couple kids up. But we came out after that and really played the game the way we're capable of playing.
Your guys grew up in that game.
They did. They realized they're not the team from last year. They're not somebody. They're not immortal. They can be beaten, And it really woke us up and it put us back to work. It was honestly one of the best things that could happen to us.
Well, and we're going to go back to that because I followed Cleveland, Rancho, and all the football teams, and I talk amongst people, and I go, that's probably a good win. It's a good win, and also this team knows that they got to work hard if they're going to finish the season.
We call it a free education, man. You get an opportunity to learn something very valuable, but you didn't lose the football game. Free education.
Well, you started on a roll again after that game. You started dominating team. You get to Rio Rancho, the last game of the year, and 8,000 people, sellout crowd, first one ever. I'll get to your post-game speech, but here comes Rio Rancho. They came at you.
They did.
They did. They did stuff I've never seen them do. 4th and 2s and 4th and 1s, and you couldn't convert.
They came out
in good field position areas.
Yeah, they played exactly how we thought they were going to play. We know they like to do some crazy things on special teams, and I thought we were prepared for all that. But it came down to two things for us. We moved the ball up and down the field on them. We were in the red zone 3 times. We ran 17 plays inside their red zone and don't score. Very uncharacteristic. Give credit where credit's due. They stop us. They got a really good defense, but it's very uncharacteristic of us not to finish those drives. We missed 3 big tackles and gave V-Hill 3 really big runs that turned into 21 points. So when you don't tackle and you don't finish drives, you're not doing those little things. Give credit where credit's due. V-Hill's a great player. Their defense is a great defense, but we're a pretty good football team too. We got to handle little things.
Well, going into the halftime, I talked to Eddie Kilmer, and he's from Clovis, and I saw him at a funeral, Chuck Walker's funeral, and got to talk to him. And I just basically said, what did you say for your halftime, game adjustments? And he said, Steve, really, I wasn't upset. I was disappointed. The word was disappointed. We worked so hard this year, and I was disappointed that our guys, and I just said, we're not tackling. We've done tackling drills the whole year. Yep. We've done it good. We've had success with it, and for whatever reason, we're not tackling.
Yep.
And he said, I didn't make a bunch of game, X's and O's and started. He said, I made one little change that, helped contain V-Hill in the second half. He says, and that shows you, the confidence, the respect of his players, that they weren't, hey, if you want to win that blue trophy, you guys got to do it. We can only do so. You guys got to go on the field. We gave you the game plan. We gave you the deal. We've done all this. You guys got to, if you want to if you want to win this game, we got to get it done.
Yeah. One of the best things I think you can do for kids in tough times like that, when adversity struck and we're down 3 touchdowns and we're wide-eyed, is remain calm and instill confidence. And we didn't go in and yell at them. We didn't go in and scream at them. It's not going to help anything. But we did. We woke up our quarterback a little bit. That was the worst half of football he's played all year, and he knew that. We got to finish drives. We got to make this block, finish that block. We got to tackle. We got to create better angles. And we did that in the second half. And we come out and score 4 touchdowns. We finish our drives, and all of a sudden we look like the Cleveland that everybody knows. But being down 20 against Volcano kind of prepared us for that situation. We can do it. It's one drive at a time. And that's what we did. We came out, we scored right away after the end of the third quarter. They came and scored right away again. And then after that, we rattled off 3 unanswered touchdowns to ultimately go win the football game.
Well, Heath, we're gonna come back and talk about the state championship game you won on Saturday.
All right.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Hey, welcome back to Steve Davis Show. We got Heath Ridenour, 2021 state 6A football state champions, and head football coach. And Heath, win the game, emotional game on that night, and big game on my 50. It was huge. A lot of people.
Yep.
Turned it off. I'm just saying, turned it off, and they came back and they got to watch the end and the great fantastic finish. You guys came through and win the game, and then it's bye week. It's everything you played for. What do you do during bye week and get prepared for the next week?
Focus on us. We had the winner of Hobbs.
Yeah, you have the injuries to work on.
You always give kids an opportunity to heal up a little bit, to rehab if you got those guys. But if they're healthy, we're going to push forward. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. We tackled a lot during the bye week. We worked
on your fundamentals. Yeah?
We concentrated on us. We had the winner of Hobbs El Dorado, and our focus wasn't on either one of those teams. Our focus was on us because we kind of had the feeling going into it that if we wanted to ultimately win the Blue Trophy, we needed to be the best we could be. It wasn't about anybody else. It wasn't about lining up and scheming somebody else. It was about putting our kids in a position to be successful and giving them the fundamentals necessary to win.
A little change. You changed a lot of teams. You played on Saturdays, and actually we had to travel. You had to go travel and talk about that a little bit. Being a 1 and 2 seed.
Yeah,
we've been number 1 seed.
It is what it is. We're not going to complain about it. If I had my way, sure, I'm the 1 seed. I want to play every game at home. But it is what it is. We're not going to complain about it. We travel well. We play well on the road. So we hopped on that bus that afternoon, and we drove down to Las Cruces and played really good football. We were very explosive in that game. We had 3 big play touchdowns over the top, threw for a little over 300 yards, I believe, in that game. And our kids were peaking. They were doing really good things.
Well, I'll tell you what, Aaron Rivera put a little piece together, and we can probably talk over this if I'm correct. And you can be Sebastian Noel and do a little play-by-play, and I'll try to color up with you.
Putting pressure on me now.
Put a little pressure on you.
All right, here we go. Yeah, this is the first drive. Got Josh Perry back and ran that little outside zone, pulled a couple people, get in front of everybody, and getting him back was huge for us.
Broke his collarbone.
Broke his collarbone against the Trisco, second play. This is the first play of the second drive, and we ran a counter flash scheme that we have. And anytime you can get Evan Weiss on loose, the dude's dangerous. You know,
Is he impressive?
He is so impressive, and is so competitive, and just a junior. Both those guys, Perry and Evan, are both juniors. And we get down to the goal line, and there's not a whole lot of secret as to what's going to happen when we get into that. You know, we're not trying to throw the football. We're going to play a little power football and get going. Our kids thrive, and they want that style of football. Got into a 3rd and goal here. Kind of took a little bit, but put the ball back in Evan's hands with Lucius Dixon and Josh Perry in the backfield. Kind of a dynamic situation. I thought we pressured Dominic Pretty really well all day. I thought we contained the pocket. I thought we got after him. Really dominated the line of scrimmage this game versus the last one. Again, same play we ran the first time. Going in and running some power football off the right side, getting behind our best offensive tackle and letting him go. This was a huge punt for us. And we always reserve the right to punt the football and let our defense work. And this goes back to our punt game that we do. Our kids understand, let that thing roll, let it go all the way down, pick it up, and go hand it to the referee. And that's great special teams execution right there. Again, Evan Weissong doing something in the game. And this was the one that sealed it.
Dagger.
Yeah, this was 3rd and 5, and we ran power football again, straight downhill off the right side. And Josh Perry, that's just what he brings to the table. He's so explosive and brings a whole nother dimension to the game than really anybody else we have on our team. Just has the ability to do that at any moment. And the best play in football is that victory formation. You line up and you handled your business, and you get to call yourself a state champion.
What you're thinking right now when this is happening right here?
Man, it's just total elation. You're excited for the kids. You're happy for them to get the opportunity to be a state champion. And people ask me all the time, which one's your favorite one? Well, the next one's your favorite. You know, the next one's always a favorite because it's a new group of kids that have never done it, that have never been on that stage.
Most time is that they're all. Yeah, but I like that.
That's the next one. You want every group of kids to experience this, and walking up and shaking our superintendent's hand and being able to hand that trophy to our kids and let them do their thing. That's an awesome feeling, and it's not something that everybody gets to experience, and it's something that once you experience it, it's addicting. You want it again.
Well, a great fan base, and I think we're gonna after this we're gonna we get to hear you speak about what's your thoughts going up to the mic? I mean, are you 1,000 things are going through your mind?
Yeah, you go up to that, and you get pulled in a million directions after a game like that. They want an interview. This team wants an interview. You're going all over the place, and really, I want to push all that light onto those kids. They're the ones that played. They're the ones that tackled. They're the ones that went out there and gave it all.
Well, let's hear that. Let's just hear that conversation.
Hey guys, I'm down here on the sideline. I've got the New Mexico champions, the high school champions. How does it feel being a champion today, Coach?
It feels great. I'm happy for these guys right here. They're the ones that block. They're the ones that tackle. They're the ones that carry the rock. That's this game ball right here, going number 23 right there, coming back from injury.
I love it. I love it. How was it, really quick, just playing in this kind of atmosphere again? I mean, this crowd was electric today.
It's awesome. We're playing at home. We love it. This is what we live for. This is what we work so hard to be in this situation for this opportunity. Those dudes thrive under pressure.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you. All right. I've got my man, number 23, Josh.
I tell you, that's what you work for. Beautiful weather. You couldn't have a better football day, for football across the state. I mean, it was
a good day all the way across the board, and to give those kids an opportunity to speak in that interview and to say what they think about it all. I think that's the best thing in the world. Let those guys talk. Let them get the attention, and that was awesome for those guys.
Well, quickly, thank your coaches that have been with you for a long time.
Man, I'm truly blessed. Coach Eddie Kilmer, been my defense coordinator the whole time I've been the head coach. Jason Hoffman, our offensive line coach, been with me the whole time. Robert Garza, our special teams coach, been with me the whole time. And just our entire staff in general. We don't have a lot of openings on our staff. The continuity we have, the commitment we have, I can't thank my staff enough for what they do.
I'll tell you what, Heath, thanks, congratulations, and thanks for coming on the Steve Davis Show.
Thanks for having me, Steve.
All right.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best